Night and day, an expression we use to describe change, but it's more than that. It takes a guiding light to bring the dawn. Night and day, Rutgers Athletic Director Patrick Hobbs has created a path, finding the right leaders who share in his vision to lead the way. From day one, Coach Steve Peichel has embraced Rutgers' new direction.
Good job. Here we go. Next group up.
Bringing his experience of building a program and surrounding himself with a coaching staff that knows what it takes to win. Rutgers is also fortunate to have the brilliant leadership of Hall of Fame coach C. Vivian Stringer as she leads a talented team of young women into a new era while honoring the legacy of those who came before them. Night and day, a fresh start, and a storied past.
He made this happen tonight. The Scarlet Knights. We got a lot to look forward to this year, man. Y'all make sure y'all catch us every home game and away.
This state, this place, is built on history, on the sacrifices of men and women who came before them.
Gets it off at the ball! He ties it up!
The Washington Mystics select Kalia Copper from Rutgers University.
Their stories are written on the court, this weight room, and in these classrooms.
1, 2, 3, dance!
Oh, bring it in.
Let's
All right,
go, fellas.
on three, dance. 1, 2, 3.
Dance.
Good job. Good job, McGurn. Good job. I love it. I love it. I love it.
These teams, these coaches, their story is still being written in an historic new era for Rutgers athletics, defying all expectations and building for greatness.
Be tuned in.
This is the Rutgers basketball story.
Look at associate head coach Hobbs of the Rutgers crew, won a national championship on staff at UConn back in 2014.
Carl Hobbs actually hired Steve Peichel when he took over at George Washington years back, and they rebuilt that program. And I talked to him earlier about how do you leave UConn, where you won a national championship, to come to Rutgers, and he said, my relationship with Coach Peichel won, but also he wanted to be a part of rebuilding. And he felt like Rutgers was the place for him to be able to do it.
A different kind of challenge for him.
A large part of it has to deal with recruiting and trying to recruit young men that we think that can come here and make a major and positive impact on our program. Well, a Scarlet Knight is a player that has a terrific work ethic, one that is consistent in that work ethic, one who shares the same values in terms of shared responsibilities. And first and foremost, we want players of good character.
And now we're playing.
We have a saying, you're not going to change Rutgers, Rutgers is going to change you. And that's all about discipline. That's all about learning and becoming a responsible person. And I think the experience that our student athletes all share here when you attend this school is that you get real world experiences here. But most importantly, you know what it's like to be part of a team. You know what it's like to be part of a team effort. And those are the things that you try and teach, and you want to be express having good teammates at all times.
Boy, you're wearing like a common gold or these or nothing. No, bro. I miss you. Come on, man. I'm back, man. I miss this face, bro. I'm back, bro. You look like Muhammad Ali. Please, put this camera in. I don't look like Muhammad. Do I like Muhammad Ali to you? Do I look like Muhammad Ali? You're lying.
I'm just saying, look like a butterfly, think like a bee. That's why they call me Muhammad Ali. I got counted them one day. Madison Square Garden, home of the Rutgers basketball. Oh!
And now we're going on the road at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous here. It's here, MSG. All right, that's where we're going, and we're playing a local team. A local team, and we're getting ready to play.
Hey man, we're heading to Madison Square Garden, man. Be tuned in. First time in the Garden. You hear me? First time in the Garden, we're gonna turn up.
She coaches you so that you know how to win in life, and I think that also comes with the going to the WNBA. I mean, they know what it means to work hard. They know what it means to go through adversity and how to overcome, you know, trials and tribulations. They know how to get through.
I feel like a lot of the factors are what you go through while you're at Rutgers, whether it be the conditioning test, the practices, the film sessions that we have, and then just learning from one of the best that's ever did it. Like, I feel like it all is like engraved in all of us, and it gives us the potential to play in the pros.
And over the past 4 decades, she's become a legend in women's basketball.
Our players are committed to the fundamentals. I've so often had WNBA coaches call and say to me, you know what, we like your players because they're fundamentally sound. We like your players because they're highly disciplined. We like your players because they know the game. We like your players because they know how to handle themselves in the public. We like everything about the way they carry themselves. And that starts from the day they come here to Rutgers University. Rutgers has more WNBA players in the WNBA than any other school.
Young women who've grown up knowing the WNBA was a possibility find out if their dream will become reality.
We're the ones that are able to balance both. When they, at the end of the 4 years, they're gonna walk out with the degree, as well as an opportunity to play at the next level.
With the second pick of the 2006 WNBA draft, the Phoenix Mercury select.
With the 7th pick in the 2016 WNBA draft, the Washington Mystics select
Coming off a win over Penn State, the Scarlet Knights were looking to keep the momentum going against the Wisconsin Badgers in their first game of 2017. The unselfish play, coupled with enthusiasm, led to excellence. KK Sanders controlled the offense and set the tone with her court leadership. Hustle and spirit on the defensive end of the court translated to good things all around. And Rutgers was on target against a pesky foe who refused to go down without a fight. RU found the range from long range. Aaliyah June, who finished with 13 points in the game, knocked down 3 triples. Sanders followed suit. The sophomore led a balanced scoring attack with 16. Candace Barber caught the jump shooting fever as the Scarlet Knights took a 31-23 halftime advantage. Things got tight in the third quarter as Wisconsin closed the gap to 35-30, but Rutgers was able to repel the challenge. Victoria Harris came off the bench and helped fuel a dynamite 11-0 run as the Scarlet Knights took control of the ball game. Harris, a sophomore, scored 10. June helped ignite another late burst as Rutgers put on a 3-point shooting clinic. They finished with 11 trifectas in the game, their most since 2006. It also tied the rack record for threes made in a game by a single team. Couple that with a ferocious defense that forced 22 turnovers, and you've got a 68-52 victory, and a great way to start the new year.
Thanks, are you on 3? 1, 2, 3. Thanks, are you?
When you look at a vision, is the vision for 10 years down the line? Is it for 5 years? Or is it the immediate vision in terms of this year?
I think about it all, but you think about immediate, right? So clearly, to get to certain places that we want to be, it's going to take 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. I want to be competitive across all of our sports, and that's probably a decade of investment that we need to make. But you come up little by little in different places. I always say it's 1,000 little things that are going to make the big thing happen, and we're doing those little things every day. So you focus on those on a daily basis, on a yearly basis. We're involved in a strategic planning process, so we're not going to do this sort of ad hoc as we move along. We'll look at our resources, how are those resources going to grow, what we can do to enhance them, how we market ourselves, and all of that needs to come together as part of a plan.
Is Rutgers a special place?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Tremendous place, tremendous place. You meet the people. You'll be at a basketball game, somebody's a 33-year season ticket holder, 40-year season ticket holder. People have been coming to football games since 1961, and they've 2 generations with them. That's a very special place. I know that happens in other places, but I don't know that everybody understands that happens here at Rutgers University, and it's pretty special.
You said that there is no question about the opportunity here at Rutgers. Do you feel the same way today as you did when you made that statement?
Oh, even more so, even more so. When you meet the people and you look at the reaction that our alumni have had to what we've been doing even in a short term here, you think that the best days for Rutgers athletics are still ahead.
Great things happening here at the RAC. Let's go, real basketball. Here we go.
How did you change the culture at Rutgers?
You know what, I just came in here and I'm myself. I've built a lot of programs. I have tremendous confidence in building programs. So I've been a part of this. No challenges here that I haven't faced before.
Toughness, 1, 2, 3, toughness.
Rutgers off to a historic start this season, 6-0 coming in.
Look back by Geddes. Rutgers holds on.
Steve Peichel, the first-year head coach for Rutgers. 6-0 start. That's the best start since the 75-76 season. That team going to the NCAA Final Four, the only team in school history to do so. But that was then, this is now, and this Rutgers team impressing early on in the season.
First got to recruit the players that you have in the program. Get them to believe in you and get our guys to be in the gym. That was a big challenge at first. You got to be in the gym, take ownership of your own strengths and weaknesses, take ownership of your numbers.
We now have bigs on Rutgers teams, okay? CJ Geddes, Dorson, Sa, all 2 7-footers, 6'9", all playing in the game.
Candido Sa's got it downtown.
They have perimeter players, but the defense which Peichel has been emphasizing the most in practice was there in this game.
Bill Russell once said any great player can be a great defensive player. Do you buy that?
It's being in the stance, understanding the offensive philosophy of the team you're playing, hustle, desire, boxing out people. It doesn't matter how big or small you are, you need to put your body on somebody. So it's a philosophy that we have. Our guys have, again, embraced it, and the ones that embrace it the most play the most. And rebounding has become a part of that culture too. I'm always gonna, play my best rebounder and my best defensive player, and you can see in my starting lineup, those guys are always on the floor the most.
His 3 off the heel. Mike Williams fighting for it, up and under. That is good.
They've embraced that, and the guys that haven't are learning that it's important to me. What's important to the head coach usually should be important to the players.
Freeman right to the floor, and Deshaun Freeman flushes it.
Now we're getting the fans excited about how we're going to play and, get our team to improve at every level. So it's been an exciting journey, and we're moving in the right direction.
With non-conference play already long behind them, the road doesn't get any easier. But no one ever said that Big Ten basketball was easy. That's why these athletes train, practice, study. It's about learning. It's about growth. It's about preparation. Yes, as Coach Stringer says so eloquently, when the time comes for you to perform, you will be ready. Don't miss out on seeing the Scarlet Knights light up the RAC during these upcoming home games.